Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 16. Yes, I believe it is 16. Let's check the old, was that, math, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yes, it is 16. Last time, you might be asking yourself, what the heck happened? Well, I will give you a quick little recap. So, Naomi was ready to apologize to Kyoko in the science club, so she was just like standing there, and we just walk in, we're like, oh, Naomi's here. Didn't expect that one. And then Naomi wasn't able to say anything. She was just kind of crying and saying like, I'm sorry, but like not really. Like the words just weren't coming out. So she ran off. We ran after her. We had a hug. We shared a beautiful hug. Actually, let me show you. Let me show you the hug we shared right here. We shared this moment. The Melkers were pressing against our chest. It was pretty epic. That was the highlight of the episode, maybe even the series. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but it was pretty darn epic. Anyway, now it's the day after, so we're gonna have lunch, like the three of us, and I don't know how that's gonna turn out. Let me rewind a little bit so we can hear the voice acting again. Anyway, that's what I got for you today, episode 16. Let's hop right into it.
Do you mind if I sit here too?
Oh, sure.
You could be a little more enthusiastic.
Naomi. Her voice quickly clicking in my mind, aided by Kyoko's flustered face as her eyes shy away to the side, cheeks aglow in a rosy shade. The situation has now become fairly obvious.
You wanted to eat lunch with me, right? So, here I am.
I'm gonna turn down the music just a smidge, just a smidge. There we go. Perfect. I did. The events of yesterday still trace in her voice, her expression, and Kyoko's too. None of us exactly sure how to continue as we bask in this newfound awkwardness as a trio. A Doug trio. The only sounds to break the silence. Naomi's chair skirting backwards and Kyoko's faint nibbles on her biscuit. It's clear one of us is going to have to take the step forward to get the future we've all been after. A friendship restored. So, Kyoko, why'd you create the science club anyway?
Haven't you already asked me this?
Both girls' eyes now locked on towards me. It's clear from the glint of sweat masking their faces that they're both equally as nervous as me and as each other. I'm not sure.
I've always found the world interesting. It's what I wanted to do. But someone thought I'd be better at athletics instead.
I'm sensing some animosity here. Seemingly for the first time today, Kyoko points her eyes towards Naomi. A look of contempt within them, as if her feelings have once again been let loose within her swirly chocolate eyes.
What? It was because you were good at it. Why would I let that talent go to waste?
You're not supposed to shout at someone when you compliment them.
That was a compliment?
Retreating away shyly, both girls sheepishly divert their gazes away from one another as they both light up in fervorous embarrassment.
I always used to think that you were great.
Really?
Remaining flustered, Kyoko trails off into the ongoing silence, the aura even more awkward than before as the ice between their hearts slowly begins to melt. My bad. How about we all do something tomorrow? Spend some time together. A triple date? Okay, this is epic. As easy as it is for the words to flow off the tip of my tongue, it's just as easy for their expressions to quickly snap into shock as they both peer towards me in bewilderment. That was cute. That wasn't the response I was expecting.
It's not like I'll be doing anything else.
I mean, we'd be spending time together anyway. In the club.
Both girls looked shyly towards one another before fixating themselves on me with weak smiles plastered on their faces. Despite them being shallow, they are the smiles I cherish, the smiles that send flutters through my heart. Well, it's settled then. Lunch is about to end anyway, just in time.
But I haven't finished.
The walls between them falling, my lunch break ends to the sight of two once lost girls now engaged in positivities as they both laugh and giggle. Our journey's still incomplete, but slowly and surely their bonds will form once again.
I have to go anyway. I left my bag in the locker room.
Standing up swiftly, almost pushed by her prior nervousness, Naomi's hair sways glamorously under the light. Her expression, warm, contrasts the previous air of coldness I'd first received from her.
I enjoyed spending time with you.
Do you think that was to us or to Kyoko? Pointing her eyes towards me, nice, as if to direct the statement itself, Naomi brushes her hair with her fingers as she looks back towards Kyoko. This time, a rosy complexion nestled upon her cheeks, something far prettier than tears.
See you tomorrow.
Still trying to combat her timidity, Kyoko stands from her chair with her hands clutched against her chest, keeping them close to her heart. Our break coming to a close, a wave of content washes over me as I take another look at the girls before me. An image of shattered hearts, broken bonds, and tears coating their faces now replaced with something delightful. A picture of a better future as their history as friends brings them back together once again. Well, that's epic. Man, I was saying this last episode, but I just don't, I don't see, just no more drama happening, you know? There's gotta be a twist. There's gotta be something else that happens. And I'm, if this is how it ends, this is how it ends, but I don't think that's the case. I have my guard up. Sitting in the midst of the sunlit classroom, specks of dust float through the air. My gaze shifting away from whoever it was who taught this class and to the various happenings around the room. Others, like me, more engaged in their own thoughts and prospects than paying heed to whatever it is Mr. Kimura is on about.
Remember, class, I will be expecting 100% effort in tomorrow's class.
We have class tomorrow.
What? Did you forget already? It's not like I enjoy being here either.
None of us do. Even Kyoko, a girl so diligently engrossed in the world of academia, a league above the kids stuff us mongrels are taught on a day-to-day basis. That curriculum, am I right, fellow kids? It would be good to have the answer to seemingly any problem at the back of my mind. Despite our problems seemingly settled, moving forward together can't be as easy as I'd like to imagine. With class now coming to an end, and an encore nowhere on the horizon, I join many others in the act of rising from my seat. Setting my eyes on my next destination towards Kyoko's desk and out the door. Or rather, instead, dragged along by the spontaneous events of a familiar face bursting through the door ahead.
Yo, is this the right class? I'm sorry for being late.
Dude, it's Ken, our bro, our dude, our guy, our buddy, our pal.
What? You're not even in this class. That, and class is over anyway. Shouldn't you be wearing a shirt too?
What's wrong with a jacket? The abs always have to be on display. Who doesn't want to flaunt their hard work?
You know, I gotta say Ken's probably my favorite character. Obviously second to Naomi and her beauty, but Ken, he's up there for sure. What a guy, what a dude.
Me! This is against the code of conduct. You're going to have to see the principal about this.
Dude, Ken's probably fucking the principal's mom. Like, Ken tells the principal what to do. You can't send him to the office. Like, this guy doesn't get it.
Nah, you're overreacting. It's just a bit of skin. Oh, it's you.
Setting his eyes on me, Ken strides past the now lengthy line of students eagerly waiting to leave in frustration, what with the door being blocked and all. Hey.
What? That wasn't much of a warm welcome.
Oh, I was just a bit set back by your sudden arrival. That's all.
It's cool. You're a cool dude. Most of the other guys in the gym are a bit jealous, you know? You have been hanging with Naomi quite a lot after all.
Do you really need to say that out loud? With Naomi's standing, anyone can be an enemy, guy or girl.
Oh, of course. I'd be flattered if people were jealous of me. Not because of these bad boys, but because it means I've achieved something.
Pointing towards his pecs, nipples barely covered by his gym jacket, Ken beams brightly with a smile I can only describe as content. I guess. Knowing you have something others don't is a little rewarding, but isn't that just showing off?
Nah.
Fuck yeah, Ken.
Anyway, I should probably be off. I don't get paid by the hour to be here, you know?
You came here on your own Honda Accord.
You're right. I'll see you around.
Dude, Ken really is a good guy, man. That's a great dude. That's a great dude right there. Voice actor is pretty good too. Ken's alright in my book. Striding off into the corridor, Ken makes a stylish exit as his eyes scan the room one last time. Hopefully he's preying on someone other than me to become friends with.
Who is that?
My boyfriend. Kyoko.
Yes, it's me.
Standing behind me with an almost demonic pout, Kyoko glares towards me with passion. Oh, so she just heard Ken saying like, oh man, you're basically fucking Naomi, right, bro? So this makes things awkward. Looking over me in an interrogating manner, like I was some sort of plaything for her own meandering mind. What? How'd you get here so fast? I could have sworn she was still sitting at the front of the class.
You didn't answer my question.
He's just some guy. I swear I don't love him. I don't really know him that well.
Alright. Anyway, shouldn't we get going to the club?
Yeah, we probably should. Standing complacently beside the door, the occasional classmate skirting past us leaving for the day, Kyoko wipes away the timidity off her face. A smile quickly in its place. That rhymed. Our footsteps in harmony, the two of us join the diminishing scurry to leave as the calamity in the corridor greets us. The usual sights of students. I'm gonna turn up the music was a little loud in that scene, but now we're ready for some bangers. The usual sight of students bustling past one another, all with their sights set on concluding their days. Another mark on the ongoing calendars that guide us through our daily lives.
Stop looking at me like that. You're always lost in thought.
And you aren't? You're the one who's always acing tests.
It's because I study.
Almost in fury, Kyoko raises her arms to her chest characteristically, another one of her typical pouts shot in my direction. It's cute, and it's just one of the things keeping me by her side. Even now, her problems are seemingly disappearing before us. With the walk down the corridor coming to a close, the two of us idle outside the lab, caressed by sunlight as a moment of silence passes. Life beyond the windows continuing to play a hopeless yet somehow captivating tune, the sounds of the world that we're only a small part of.
So, this has kind of become a routine, huh?
Well, it is the club room after all.
I mean, me and you.
What else do you expect? We're the only members. It's not as if the club doesn't have its qualities. After all, she did buy a bunch of soda to give out to prospecting recruits.
I don't know, but I like it.
Resting her hand against the handle, her pale skin shining under the sunlight seeping through the windows behind us. Kyoko slides open the door once again. I wish Naomi was in here. Our club activity is now officially underway as the two of us step inside, one after another, yet somehow still together. As she steps into the center of the room, Kyoko's hair sways gently under the spell of her own motion as Stan's eyes focused on the window before her. What does that mean? Is this JoJo? Does she have a stand? That sentence doesn't make sense, does it? As she steps into the center of the room, Kyoko's hair sways gently under the spell of her own motion as Stan's eyes focus. No, that makes no sense. That was. I think I just had like an aneurysm trying to decipher that code of a sentence. Scenes of nature filling the view as I join her in looking outside before the tune of her voice diverted my attention back towards the winsome girl I've come to know.
Thank you for earlier. I didn't know how to feel at first, but seeing you go such lengths, it really means a lot.
Naomi?
Of course it's about Naomi.
It's always been about Naomi. Breaking her gentle solemnness, Kyoko pulls yet another face towards me as she stands firm in a stance of mock anger. Well, thanks for the gratitude. It's not like I wanted to. Bursting out into a giggle, Kyoko keeps her eyes towards me as she stifles her laughter with her hands, albeit poorly. It's a cherishable sight.
I really want to be friends with her again. I've made up my mind.
Even after what she did?
You said it yourself, didn't you? She wants me back in her life. We're friends, right?
Right. The pieces falling together, a future with their happiness in reach is now inevitable. Two hearts determined to repave the bonds that lie between them.
Anyway, shouldn't we be doing an experiment? What are you just standing there for?
Rushing to the nearby chair, the somehow established resting spot for her lab coat, Kyoko sheaths herself in white with haste, a symbol of her purity wrapped over her as her smile shines across the room. One of happiness and newfound content, stabbing at my heart like a knife as I can't bear to look away. It's enjoyable. It's what we've all been after. Transition time. Water break. Wow, this is the first time we actually went from like club to right home and like not meeting with Naomi. Also, that was weird. We didn't like do anything in the club. We just like transported to our room. Kind of weird. Maybe there will be some extracurriculars after this, who knows? Tossing my bag across the room into its usual place, a sigh of relief escapes from within me as a feeling of comfort washes over me. My humble abode, a resting ground between the day-to-day activities of a typical high schooler's life. As much as I enjoy spending time with Kyoko and Naomi, a place to think to myself is of course nice. The sounds of life passing by outside, the backing track to the picturesque sight of clothes and books strewn around haphazardly, lit up by the evening sun. Thoughts of earlier flashing through my mind as I wander around the small space aimlessly, the thoughts of how to spend my time this evening somewhere further back in my mind. Naomi, now pursuing their restored friendship, and Kyoko, trailing further behind as the realization of Naomi's feelings settle into her heart. Both now reunited, entwining in friendship once again, with me somewhere in the midst of it all. My position in this trio, ever unclear, as the lives of these girls still linger on my mind. Thoughts and feelings I still can't understand. I should message her. Message Kyoko or Naomi. Well, this isn't that hard of a decision for me, if I'm gonna be ever so honest. Now, wait, where's the Ken option? If there was a Ken option, we'd probably pick Ken. Know that she can be described as friendly. I guess messaging Naomi isn't such a bad idea. I wonder if that was supposed to be now. I don't know. Anyway, we are friends after all, and Smash Bros. Ultimately, I enjoy talking to her. What the? Wow, dude. Not only has she switched from abbreviating everything, she also is using emojis now. That's like adding insult to injury right there. For all of you listening via SoundCloud or Spotify or Apple Music, if you're, alternative lifestyle. I messaged Naomi. It says, "How are you?" And she said, "Bad. Now that you messaged me, angry face." Oh. JK, LOL. Thanks for earlier. Nice. Dude, if she's a keeper. She can be a tsundere over text message. Like, that is next level right there. Gosh darn. Giving her gratitude, all I can do is smile as the sense of relief flows through me. Happiness in a new form as the wounds on their hearts begin to heal as they slowly become friends once again. So I responded after she said, "Thanks for earlier." I said, "It's okay." And then she says, "But okay means a lot." Taking her words at face value, the impact of my own actions resonates within my mind as the lives of these two girls is quickly becoming indistinguishable from my own. The three of us together, working towards a future with everyone's happiness in mind. Tomorrow, another step in that story, a chance for them to really connect. I'm looking forward to it. Is that just like, bye bitch? After that, how does that combo end? Great water. Let's see, it is Friday, 8:30. I'm going to assume AM. That means after this, we're gonna make some plans for a little date action, I believe. Things are going to be quite epic. Arriving to class, submerged in the tide of classmates bursting through the door, the ample morning sunlight splashes around the room, lighting the way to my desk. Another morning, another day's worth of fun. What with our outing now arranged, all I can do is eagerly wait the day's events to pass by, sat routinely at my desk as life monotonously churns on. Kyoko, a little less apathetic, quickly arrives to class behind the fuss, striding the short distance to her desk, cheerfully with her face lit up by the morning sun. An endearing sight, her features glowing perfectly as her smile glistens and her hair sways under the spells of her own movement. As the minutes to the start of class churns away, I watch her actions carefully, my only real chance to see her in her own world. Taking out a ruffled stack of papers from her bag, she places them on her desk with care and begins reading. It's not as spectacular as I'd imagined, but seeing her in study mode is certainly a rarity in itself. No wonder she's so intelligent. She has to get it from somewhere. Despite being the second member of the club, I can't really join in with the tamer side of science. Her intellectual side masked with zest as attacks life with vitality, at least in the club. Either way, it's nice to see Kyoko engaged in what she wants to be doing. Lifting her head and peering around the room, inspecting her environment, Kyoko quickly meets her eyes with mine. A startled look and quickly disgust following suit. Raising her petite body from her seat, she makes her way to my desk. With the start of class seeming like a dream away, speaking to her before we start can't be all that bad.
Do you enjoy looking at girls whilst you're trying to study?
I don't know how to answer that.
How would you like it if I stared at you?
I wouldn't really care. It is Kyoko after all.
Okay, fine.
Taking a firm stance behind my desk, Kyoko locks eyes with mine, a staring contest of sorts now firmly underway, despite me not really being into it. You blinked.
Do I care?
You're cute when you're angry.
You're cute when you're angry.
That is what I sound like, I ain't gonna lie.
But, wait. Ah!
Stepping back from my desk, the winner of this bout is firmly decided. Kyoko, now increasingly flustered, covering her face with her hands as glimpses of her reddened cheeks peeked through.
You can't just say that. Where's your evidence?
My cock. Right in front of me. Anyway, class is about to start. You should head back to your desk. As much as I could banter with her all day, the stern look from the teacher isn't doing either of us any good. Leaving my desk with a pout, Kyoko turns to return to her spot in class, her silky chocolate hair left swaying behind her as it flows down her back. A contrast to her usual done-up ponytail.
Oh, wait. What are your plans for later?
Meet Naomi at the gym and just work our way from there.
Isn't that a little ill-prepared? You need a methodology.
You need to sit down.
I'm just concerned.
Her face now woeful, there's nothing I can do but try to ease the uneasiness in her heart. Don't worry. If you were best friends with Naomi before, it shouldn't be too hard for the chemistry between you two to come back again.
Is that a pun?
It wasn't intentional.
It was.
Leaving it there with a smile, Kyoko makes her second attempt to return back to her desk, this time a little more successful. Despite her uneasiness, Naomi should be feeling the same, but at the end of the day, I don't see them having any troubles. With smiles like theirs, they'll be able to enjoy themselves no matter what we do. Transition. The clock hitting noon, the apt time for lunch arrives swiftly with the class dismissed in the usual manner. A hectic chaos of everyone lunging for the door as the teacher tries keeping that mess under control. Holding myself back, I watch the crowd thin out before deciding to make my own move. A quick stroll past Kyoko's desk is enough to tell me she isn't coming.
I'm going to stay here. I need to study for a bit.
Ooh, that means we get to be alone with Naomi. Let's go, let's go! What? With midterms coming up? They aren't for a while, and surely you'll smash them. She's always at the top of the leaderboard for national, let alone local exams. A midterm should be nothing to her.
No, it's... Move it!
Freaking Chitose, I'm about to... Oh my gosh.
I'll tell you later.
Feeling myself dragged by the dregs of the crowd, Kyoko quickly disappears out of sight. I feel like Chitose is just the antithesis of Ken. Like super rude. She's a girl, probably doesn't have nice abs or pecs. Like everything that Ken is, she is not. So that's my anti-Chitose propaganda for today. So take that right to the bank and deposit it in your savings, preferably. Myself alone, now in the corridor, huddled by a moving sea of people heading towards the cafeteria. The crowds chanting the normal hums of muddled conversations as people pass by one, group by group. Taking myself to the side, so far out of the way to avoid blocking traffic in the hectic stampede before me, I unsheath my phone from my pocket. Naomi's picture staring back towards me on the screen. The idea to message her about later spring into my mind. Following suit, a tiny bubble appears on the screen, my message neatly contained within. Again, for you SoundCloud listeners, I say, is it okay for you to meet after class? Simple question now, awaiting what I can only presume to be a not-so-simple response. Continuing on with the tide of people, another glance at my phone shows that the message has been read. Somewhere under the same roof, the same sky, Naomi's received my words. The wonders of technology quickly irrelevant in my mind as a hand grips my shoulder, the feelings of deja vu and fear now in its place.
Of course it's okay. We planned it yesterday, right?
Dude, she's choking us again. Oh, this brings back memories to I don't know, episode 4 or something like that. Isn't it a little cheap to be doing this again? Yeah, they wanted to reuse the same artwork, so fair enough. It's a nice picture, so I'll give them that.
Grabbing your tie.
Yeah, can't you be a little more creative?
I didn't know you cared so much. I only wanted to get your attention.
Hello, Works.
Hello. You're lucky I see you as somewhat of a friend now. Otherwise, I would have kicked you.
Really?
I was joking. Of course you're my friend. I still might kick you if you're not careful, though.
Waving it off, Naomi smiles brightly amidst the backdrop of trailing students late for lunch. Her hair tied up neatly in a ponytail, the antonym of Kyoko's chosen do, as if they'd swap places.
What are you staring at?
Nothing.
Anyway, I have to be somewhere, you know?
I don't.
I'm looking forward to school finishing. You're lucky. I've never been so excited about meeting a guy after school before.
Nice. Disappearing into the thinning sea of students around us, Naomi makes her leave as I check the time on my phone. Enough of it left to grab some lunch and make my way to class. My own emotions looking forward to the end of the day too, the official reunion of two friends. It's something a small chat at lunch can't hold a candle to. Transition. You know what? I'm gonna call it an episode there, because I feel like that's a pretty good stopping point. We never stopped at an actual transition before, at least I don't think. Go back and watch every episode and like the videos and tell me if I have. You don't have to do that, but you do have to do me 4 favors. Or at least I would like you to do 4 favors. At least 2 out of 4. 50% is a passing grade at the Markapi Sue Academy of Fine Arts Penitentiary. Okay, here's what you gotta do for me. Go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, and as always, help me find a girlfriend, and bye-bye.